Welcome to Ease English Podcast.
Shoo! The birds are singing, the flowers are blooming, and my nose is running like a broken faucet. I love spring so much, Jimmy, but it definitely doesn't love me back.
Bless you, Anna, and welcome back, everyone. I'm Jimmy.
And I'm Anna. Welcome to the Ease English Podcast. Today, despite my allergies, we are celebrating the changing of the seasons.
We really are, and if you are learning English, there is a cultural secret you need to know. British and North American people are absolutely obsessed with the weather.
It's true. It is our favorite topic of conversation. If you get into an elevator with a stranger, what do you talk about? The weather.
Exactly. Because of that obsession, the English language is packed with hundreds of idioms related to nature, rain, and sunshine. But today we aren't going to teach you the boring ones like it's raining cats and dogs. Nobody actually says that anymore.
Right. Today, we are upgrading your vocabulary. We are going to teach you 4 elegant, highly native idioms about nature that will make you sound incredibly smart. And hopefully, I will survive the episode without sneezing again.
I brought you some tissues just in case. Let's start with our first idiom. Since all the plants are starting to grow right now, this is the perfect time to teach the phrase, nip it in the bud.
Nip it in the bud. Okay, Jimmy, explain the gardening science behind this one. What is a bud?
A bud is a baby flower. It's that tiny green bump on a branch before the flower actually opens. And to nip something means to pinch it or cut it off quickly. So if you nip it in the bud, you are cutting the baby flower off before it can grow.
Jimmy, that is so violent. Why are we hurting the baby flowers?
We aren't hurting real flowers. In conversation, we use this phrase to talk about bad habits or problems. It means to stop a problem immediately while it is still small before it grows into a massive disaster.
Oh, I see. Okay, so for our listeners, let's say you are learning English and you realize you are pronouncing a word wrong. You want to nip that in the bud. You want to fix the habit immediately before you spend 5 years saying it incorrectly.
That is a fantastic example. Or in everyday life, Anna, remember when you started leaving your empty coffee cups on the podcast desk?
Hey, I was going to clean those up, eventually.
There were 6 cups, Anna. I had to nip it in the bud. I told you to throw them away immediately before our studio turned into a recycling center.
Okay, fine. You nipped my coffee habit in the bud. That brings us to our second idiom, which is a much happier one. When you step outside, the sun is shining, and you feel amazing, you have a spring in your step.
A spring in your step. Now, the word spring here doesn't just mean the season. It means a literal, bouncy, energetic movement, like a coil.
Yes, imagine someone walking down the street and they just got a promotion at work or they just fell in love. They aren't walking slowly, they're practically bouncing. They look energetic and incredibly happy.
Exactly. So if your coworker walks into the office smiling and moving quickly, you can say, "Wow, you have a spring in your step today. Did you win the lottery?"
I wish. The only reason I have a spring in my step today is because I finally bought a new allergy medicine. Never mind, it's not working.
We will get you some more medicine after the show. Okay, let's move to our third phrase. This one is very elegant, but it's actually a little bit of an insult. The phrase is, a fair weather friend.
Ooh, the drama. A fair weather friend. Listeners, fair weather means good, sunny, beautiful weather. So, Jimmy, what kind of person is a fair weather friend?
It's someone who is only your friend when your life is sunny and easy. When you have money, when you're throwing parties, they're right there next to you. But the moment a storm hits your life, the moment you lose your job or you get sick, they disappear.
Yes, they run away from the rain. It's the perfect metaphor. If you have to move out of your apartment and you have to carry a heavy couch down 3 flights of stairs, a fair weather friend will suddenly stop answering their phone.
Exactly. They suddenly have to wash their hair that day.
We all want friends who will stand with us in the storm. So if someone is always disappearing when things get hard, you can say to another friend, "Honestly, I don't trust him. He's a bit of a fair weather friend."
It's a very descriptive, poetic way to describe loyalty. Now, for our final idiom of the day, this one is my absolute favorite because it has an incredible historical origin story. The idiom is to steal someone's thunder.
Steal my thunder. I love this one. It sounds like a superhero movie, like Thor losing his hammer.
It does, but it actually comes from the theater in the 1700s. There was a playwright named John Dennis, and he invented a completely new machine to make a loud thunder sound effect for his play.
Okay, so he invented a thunder machine. Did the play do well?
No, the play was terrible. It closed after a few days. But a week later, John Dennis went to see a different play, Macbeth, and during the scary scenes in Macbeth, he heard a very familiar sound. The other theater had copied his machine. They were using his exact sound effect.
No way! What did he do?
He stood up in the middle of the audience and yelled, "They will not let my play run, but they steal my thunder."
That is amazing. He literally meant the sound of thunder. But how do we use it today?
Today, we use it when someone takes the attention or the credit away from you. Imagine you arrive at work and you're so excited because you just got engaged to be married. You're about to tell everyone your big news.
But then your coworker walks in and yells, "I just won $1 million." Suddenly, nobody cares about your engagement. Everyone is looking at your coworker. They stole your thunder.
Exactly. They took the spotlight away from you. Or if you write a brilliant report for your boss and your manager presents it to the CEO and takes all the credit, your manager stole your thunder.
You know what, Jimmy? You stole my thunder earlier today. I was supposed to introduce the podcast, but you started talking before I was ready.
Jimmy, you were sneezing. I was trying to save the audio equipment from your allergies.
Okay, that is fair. I will let you have the thunder today.
Thank you. Let's do a quick recap of these elegant nature idioms for our listeners. First, if you want to stop a bad habit while it is still small, you
nip it in the bud.
If you are feeling incredibly happy, energetic, and bouncing down the street, you
have a spring in your step.
If someone is only loyal to you when your life is easy and fun, they are a
fair weather friend. Avoid them.
And finally, if someone takes all the attention or credit for something you did, they
stole your thunder.
Try writing one sentence using your favorite idiom from today in the comments below. It's the best way to nip bad grammar in the bud and start speaking like a native.
And if you loved this episode, please subscribe to the Ease English podcast. Your support always puts a spring in our step. Have a beautiful week, everyone, and I am going to go find a giant box of tissues. Bye.
Take care, everyone.